You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings. But now I shine with your reflection on me. I'm getting back up on my feet. That you showed up was written in my palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings.
Good morning. Welcome to Brewtiful Morning on Main Street in Relton. Thank you for joining us each Friday morning as we try to bring to you what's happening in our community. And today we've got some more information we can get to you as we're working our way toward Christmas. So thank you again for joining us. Thanks to everyone that joined us for last Saturday for our Christmas parade and up on the courthouse lawn for lighting our tree and the beautiful music from Old 74 Jazz Band. It was a great night, great crowds, great parade. Thank everybody that assisted in making that such a success. Want to wish, it takes opportunity to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a safe holiday, and glad you're joining us. And thanks again to our head leaders this morning, Magnolia and Doug, our engineer group that gets us on each Friday morning and lets us roll. So guys, I'm going to turn it over to you, and I feel a little bit out of kilter. I did not wear my hat today, but I'll bring it the next time. I can see I feel on the outside, but I'll make it through. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, Mayor. You know, we try with Brewtiful Mornings to make sure that our loyal followers and those that are in the know, you know, we've used that hashtag before, be in the know, are just that, in the know about what's going to be happening in Rutherford. And so these hats are just a prelude of things to come, right, Magnolia?
Oh, yeah. Things are coming.
Yeah. Oh, Santa's coming.
And the elves.
And all of his little elves.
I'm excited.
Mayor, you extrude excitement about this. I like it. So, last week Santa was here, and we were talking with Santa about his new sleigh. For those who remember, we got the new sleigh coming in town, and it's kind of scouting out locations. So, just making sure you get on your radar, because that's what Santa's got to do. He's got to double check his radar and his landing spots. On the 22nd, there could be a few elves, maybe Buddy and
Jovi,
and Snowflake, and Griffith. We're all tapped in to help Santa find his way. Heard Mrs. Claus will be here. It's gonna be a fun time.
and there's going to be an interactive map. I think there were a little bit of technical difficulties during the council meeting with it, but we're going to be publishing like an interactive map. So we have Santa's route all planned out that we received from Mrs. Claus. So you'll be able to make sure like where we're going to go and where we're going to be. So if we're not going to drive through your neighborhood, we suggest going to Crestview Park or Kiwanis Park and kind of hang out there for Santa to drive through.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time. All right, so this week was the town council meeting week. Mayor, we actually had a pretty productive and good council meeting earlier this week. Any highlights that you want to hit before we kind of go down our list of things?
Well, I know you'll be talking about it, but I think some of the big deals was some land transfers and land donations and purchases that will assist the town in securing some better ideas for developing in our community. So I'm excited about that. And as we start working in those communities, they'll start seeing some improvement in the places they live. So I was very excited about all that information.
Yeah, and what the mayor's talking about is we had a land transfer, kind of a land swap, it's called here in North Carolina, for 1,331 square feet of property. That doesn't seem like a whole lot, but for where it is and what it will do for 2nd Street Park and the expansion and renovations there will allow us to do a little bit larger picnic shelter, a little bit larger parking area, and more importantly, handicap access from the main play area down to the basketball court that's going to be resurfaced and redone. So we want to thank the neighboring property owner. The town had 1,331 square feet on one side of the property, and we literally just exchanged postage stamps of little pieces of property, but it's going to make a big impact. It's a mutual benefit for both parties. It was zero value, but it allows the town more flexibility in the design of the park. And so we're really, really excited about that. It was one of the things as we started our work with the redevelopment commission, Magnolia could tell you that was one of the things that the neighborhood really wanted in the plan. And so really excited to kind of bring that to fruition. I want to thank those property owners for their assistance. And then secondarily, right across the street from 2nd Street Park on 2nd Street, that land swap was on Recreation Street. There was another land purchase across the street from the park. There's a house that's on we call our dilapidated structures list, and it was targeted in our housing study as one of 13 blighted structures in our community. We're able to work with that property owner to acquire that property with the intent of that structure has gone beyond its ability to be repaired. When we have the ability to repair those, we would work with a partner like RHP, Rutherford Housing Partnership, or maybe Habitat, or another housing partner to restore the home. But this one is just structurally unsafe. And so we'll remove that home and transition it over to the Redevelopment Commission for their work. And Magnolia, anything you want to say about how things are going with that real quick?
We've been focusing more on the urgent repair and home maintenance properties recently. So we've had meetings with Rutherford Housing Partnership trying to create an eligibility criteria for those people in the urban redevelopment area to kind of tap into some funding to kind of fix up their homes and address critical needs that are kind of in that area. So making sure that they have adequate access into their house with wheelchair handicap ramps, making sure that their plumbing is complete and their electrical is up to date, or that they have heating and cooling. So we have quite a bit more work to do, but we have a meeting next Wednesday. So I'm really excited to keep that ball rolling.
Oh, just gonna take a deep breath and just soak in all of the glory of these greatness of the hats. I mean, you guys are going to be blown away when you finally get to see the reveal of this full thing. All right. Moving on, I want to sprinkle in a few events as we go through today's broadcast. First and foremost, tonight at Small Town Coffee Roasters over on Court Street, they're going to be having their second open mic night. So check them out. You're going to want to join them. I believe it's from 6 to 9 at Small Town Coffee Roasters on Court Street. They're having an open mic night. I'd imagine, I did not get a chance to go to their first one. I would like to go tonight, but I imagine it's not just music, just anything, a traditional kind of open mic night. So they'll have the mic there. They'll have somebody kind of producing the sound and helping through that. They've got some heaters on their patio, and just a fun night there at Small Town Coffee Roasters.
And it says that they're
Go ahead.
They'll also have beer, wine, and coffee. And I think RJ went to the first one. So RJ, if you're watching, definitely drop a couple comments on the first mic night.
I wonder if RJ did like his stand-up comedy routine.
RJ does stand-up?
No, but it would be good. He'd be good at it.
I'm sure.
He'd be good at that. Or improv.
I caught some of the pictures from last week, and I could tell everybody had a good time.
Yeah, it looked a little chilly, but they've got those space heaters, and the way they had the chairs set up for the audience and stuff, it looked like it was a fun little time. And I mean, if you get cold, you can just pop inside, get some hot coffee or some hot chocolate or some hot chai, whatever tickles your fancy. Switching back to the council meeting, the last thing I wanted to hit is our community survey. And so later today, be watching on our Facebook, our Facebook page, our main town website. We will be launching a survey that will go out for the entire month. So from December 9th to January 9th, you have a whole month to take the survey. But what it is the kickoff to our 2023 action plan. And for those that have watched the town and seen what we've been up to for the last couple of years, back in 2015, we started this action planning process. And every 2 years, the council has made a holistic update to that action plan. And the best way to break it down is it is a short-term strategic plan for the town. When we think about, this time of year in our homes and our personal lives, we think about maybe setting New Year's resolutions and goals for the coming year. We do that as a community with your help as a community every 2 years, so that strategically we have goals and actionable points for us to be working on, maybe internally as far as staff of the community and departments of the community, but maybe even with the town council and goals that they're working on, or goals that external partners can partner with us to work on. And so it's been very beneficial for our community to set goals, to review those goals, and to celebrate in the successes of those goals. And so, Magnolia, I'm going to turn it over to you because I know you've had a lot of work in helping us put together the survey, and I want to let you kind of throw some information at the folks too, what to expect.
Yeah, so just a precursor, there is a link to the 2021 action plan to review in the survey. So if you have no idea what we're talking about, you can kind of go back and look and see kind of the information that we gathered from the last action plan and how that was like translated into like goals and items that the town worked on. And then we've also we crafted the questions in a way to kind of, one, figure out what we're doing well, and then what can we improve on as the town. So like, what kind of services should we provide? What should the town focus on? What can we do better? How can we better serve the community? So we're really looking for anything, everything. The sky is the limit, or really our town limits are, but really information. This is kind of your opportunity to dream big about what you want the town to do and what the town to work on. So we really look forward to any of the responses that you provide us. And please sit down with your friends and family, talk about the questions, encourage them to take it as well if they don't want to share any ideas with you. But we're looking for a lot of feedback with this survey.
And as Magnolia said, we encourage everyone to be sure and take time to fill out the survey, because that information is delivered to the council from Magnolia and Doug, and any decisions in the future that the council may make largely will be based on what our citizens are looking for. So it's not something that we do and then put it in a drawer and forget about it till the next one. It's actually something that we review. The more people that participate, the stronger information the council gets and a better direction that we can go in the future. So be sure, friends, families in our community, encourage them to take the survey and get it back to us and let us go from there.
Yeah, and like the mayor said, it's not something that's put away. Matter of fact, for those that have been here inside City Hall for one of our town council meetings, it's literally plastered on the wall. There's a piece that's about 4 foot wide and about 5 foot tall that the council and anybody that's in the room for the meetings can see. They can see the vision and the goals of the community during the action items of the town, so that the values of the town that you have brought forward to us are ones that are reflected every 2 years. And so definitely encourage you to do that. Just to echo in what Magnolia and Mayor said, I said this during the town council meeting when we kind of gave an update of the plan. Magnolia is right. Sit down with your family. I highly encourage families that live in the city of Rutherfordton to sit down around the table, open up the survey. You can take it on your phone, your iPad, you can take it on your computer. Sit down at the table with your family, kids young, grandparents old, and have a conversation around those things and submit your answers as a family unit, because we want to make sure that we have everybody's voice reflected, not just the one taking the survey. If you don't like what your family came up with, put the family stuff in, go back later and fill out your own. You can take it as many times as you want to, but we want to make sure that we get everybody's voice. And it's just an opportunity to think civic-minded around how your local government, how your community is impacted over the next 2 years.
It's very important information because, like as Doug mentioned in Magnolia, this is what we can, if you want to plan for the future, this is one of the key parts of the direction that your community will be going in. So very important time. So again, encourage you to be a participant. I hear something.
Griffith wanted me to remind everybody that tomorrow from 11 to 2 over at Marshall Park at Kiwanis Park is the second annual Santa Doggy Jam. So check our Facebook page. We shared the information about it yesterday, but second annual Santa Doggy Jam from 11 to 2. They'll be accepting donations for our four-legged friends at Heart of the Foothills Animal Rescue Clinic. So they have a need at this time of year. Everybody has a need. Our four-legged friends over at Heart of the Foothills have some needs, some food needs, some blanket needs. Check our Facebook post. It has all the things that they would love to have donated. You don't have to take something over there, but it's recommended. But Santa and Mrs. Claus will be available for photos for your four-legged friends. So I know a lot of times this year Santa is around town for photos with our two-legged friends and our kids and maybe even big kids alike. And he'll be back on the 15th. We'll come back to that for Night Out in Rutherford. But tomorrow is the Santa Doggy Jam for our four-legged friends, 11 to 2 at Marshall Park, which is the dog park inside Kiwanis Park. They'll be under the little shelter there. They'll have availability for you to donate and to grab some pictures with your four-legged friends. So take advantage of that. It's supposed to be a pretty nice day tomorrow. Walk up on the Greenway and say hello to Santa and Mrs. Claus. Thank you, Magnolia. You dropped a list of things that are needed, all kinds of stuff that's needed there for Heart of the Foothills Rescue Clinic. We ask that you, if you are going to donate something, that you look at something specifically on that list, because there's a lot of things that maybe get donated that they can't use, but these are the things that they specifically need.
They do a great job, and we thank them for their partnership with the town. And I'm glad we have a place where we can provide enjoyment for all our community neighbors and animals that they may have. So that's a great park, and we are very pleased to have it as a part of Kiwanis Park.
Now, Magnolia, I saw you the other day with Christy Hauser from Mill Hill General Store. I don't know if you got the energy soap. I don't know. I got the energy soap, and it's working today. But it's also part of something bigger to be wrapped up this time of year, and people are running out of time to get involved, right?
Absolutely. So we have Wrapped Up Rutherfordton going on right now. I'm going to drop the link to the online store, but we have been working with downtown business owners to kind of get their best-selling products or something that kind of like describes their product or their store. And we've put them online. So it's a super convenient way to get your Christmas shopping done this season. Mill Hill General Store has their soap. I couldn't wait until mid-December to pick up the box. So I went ahead and bought them ahead of time. But y'all, I will tell you, like, that soap smells amazing, and I cannot wait to use it and gift it. And then we've also, yes, exactly. Doug has the stash in his office.
I hope people that I'm buying Christmas presents for aren't watching, but
I know. So I'm not going to say too much because, yeah. But we also have Christmas ornaments. We have Sunny Days Fudge on there. We have boxes from Infinity Games, and of course gift cards to all of the downtown restaurants. So it's just a really great opportunity to kind of get your Christmas shopping done and also have it local. So I know that we always preach how impactful it is to spend your money locally in downtown businesses and everything, because that money circulates through our community. It doesn't go out. So definitely take an opportunity to look through the store and get some Christmas shopping done.
And there's all kinds of cool stuff on there. I know I talk a lot about the Mill Hill stuff. Whatever. There's stuff from Night Owl Ironworks. Love their stuff. There's some classes on there. There's keychains. There's wallets. There's knives on there. There's stuff from Kid Census and the gift shop at Kid Census. Some of the really cool things that I don't have a display to give you, but there's some really cool stuff from Infinity Toys and Games, and some really cool both vintage and modern games from Infinity Toys and Games. There's fudge from Sunny Days. There's a bunch of different restaurants with gift cards. So just a great way to, if you're thinking about things for folks and maybe time is, running out and you just don't have the time, let us handle the time. You have one pickup for all of the stuff. You can buy everything there. There's really no markup at all. We're not marking any of this up. So it's the same price that you would have paid in the store. Get all that stuff. And then, you'll have one pickup location for all of those things right here at Town Hall. So I know there's a bunch of different folks that I'm missing out on, but there's so many different things to kind of purchase in there. There's Rutherford swag. There's hats from C&H Wholesale. Just a variety of different things that, kind of tickle your fancy for all things local for 2022.
Absolutely. And I do want to say that Kid Census put a lot of toys for the youngins on this year. So that's definitely something to look out for. But the store closes on December 11th. So we have just this weekend. And then the pickup for the items will be the 15th and 16th of next week.
And you're talking about shopping local. This is a perfect way to do it. Take the time to go on there and support the people that we're trying to help survive in our wonderful town. Because the people you're buying from is people you go to church with, or your kids are in school with, or it's people that we know, and we want them to survive in our wonderful town and to stay here. And by the success that they have, it entices other people to come and be a part of our town. So this is a perfect opportunity, very easy to do. Go in and purchase some items and pick them up, and you're ready, and you've done your part about shopping locally.
The other thing I wanted to touch on back on the council meeting, kind of news and announcements, is RTR, Rutherford Town Rising. They're going to be putting on a program called Night Out in Rutherfordton. But before we talk about that, I want to talk about some transition in leadership there. So our executive director, Leanna Torvinen, she is actually stepping down at the end of the month. But we are extremely excited for her and her future in Rutherfordton. Our Main Street program, Rutherford Town Rising, really focuses on how we can improve the economic vitality of the businesses downtown and the experience downtown. And so programs like Night Out in Rutherfordton, supportive programs like FAB, growth of our businesses through educational classes, educational giving, grant opportunities for our businesses. They were really instrumental during the pandemic for influxing cash into our business community to pivot and find ways to succeed, keep their doors operating. Just a variety of different things that Rutherford Town Rising does. But Leanna is stepping down and stepping into a new business in downtown Rutherfordton. So we can't be more excited, because one of the things we do at RTR is we look at opportunities to bring new businesses to our community, to recruit businesses, to bolster and support the ones that are here, but then bring in complementary businesses to the ones that are here. And Leanna saw a need in our community and jumped all over it with her entrepreneurial spirit. So she's transitioning from our Main Street executive director. She'll stay on as a board member, but she is going to be opening Sweet Forever Florist and Gifts. And it'll be right in downtown Rutherfordton on Main Street, near Maples on Main location. And so we can't be more excited for her. So be watching out. There's going to be a transition there. And so if you're interested in working and putting your talents to work for Rutherford Town Rising, be on the lookout on their social media here in the next few weeks, as they're going to be recruiting for a new executive director.
That is really exciting, because there was a flower shop on Main Street, Rutherfordton, in the past, right?
Yes. Matter of fact, you can actually start to see the sign again. So the paint is starting to fade a little bit, and you can see the ghost mural. It was at where Pisgah Legal is now. It was called Blossoms. And you can start to see the ghost mural come through right there. So where Pisgah Legal is, there was also another one beside that, I believe, at one point. But those two shops there on Main Street. And then a couple years ago, there was one over near, not Cutting Up on Main, the barbershop.
Haircutters.
Yeah, there you go, Mayor. Thank you. Haircutters. There was one there. Well, Leanna's got a great business model, great business plan, and I wish her all the success. And we really need a hometown florist and gift shop. And so I'm excited for her.
I would like to take time to thank her for her work that she's done up to this point. She stepped in at a very important time for RTR and provided a great leadership. And on behalf of our town, we thank her for her commitment to our community.
And speaking of Night Out in Rutherford, on the 15th in downtown Rutherford from 5 to 9, there are now over 20 plus businesses. Check their webpage out. I don't know if there's an event there, Magnolia, maybe we could share it. I'm not sure if there is, but there's definitely a lot of posts on RTR's webpage. Over 20 plus businesses. All of the businesses will have some type of special live music, giveaways. There'll be some type of thing that would draw you into their business that night. And then Santa will also be here for photos. And so Santa will be here for the kids from 5 to 7 that night. If it's a nice night and we have good weather, he'll be in Main Street Park. If the weather is a little crummy or a little cold, rainy, whatever the case may be, it's a rain or shine event, Santa will still be here, but he will be over inside at Kid Census. So if we just if you poke over in the park and you don't see him, hop over to Kid Census. It's not that far away, but Santa will be here from 5 to 7.
Okay, so it is on Facebook, but I cannot figure out how to get a link to share the post, but it's not an event. So if you literally just search A Night Out in Rutherfordton, all of this stuff will pop up about it. So Thursday, December 15th from 5 to 8, there's a whole list of participants. So Mill Hill General Store, Dive Bomber Vintage, Ross Consignment, Blue Ridge Design, Yellow Sun, Sunny Days, Rutherford County Arts Council, Night Owl Ironworks, and the list goes on. So there are so many participants in it.
Speaking of Yellow Sun Pizza, did you guys see that they're doing a poll on their Facebook page? So, they do like a weekly special. And so this week, Kim and James have submitted weekly specials, and you can go on there and vote. And the winner will be revealed on this coming Thursday. So got to see which pizza you like the best. Get on there on their webpage, and then you want to order a pizza from them next week. But I don't know. I'm thinking Team James on this one.
I'm Team Kim all the way. So
that's what it's all about, folks. That's what it's all
James, Christmas in Hawaii, Black Forest ham, bacon, pineapple, mozzarella and cheddar, red sauce, finished with a spicy maple glaze.
That's where he got me. He got me with the spicy maple glaze because Buddy the Elf loves maple syrup.
But Kim's Holiday Harvest, butternut squash sauce, sage sausage, kale, pecans, mozzarella, and pomegranate molasses.
All we're missing is a partridge in a pear tree.
But it's going to be a fun night in Rutherford. A lot of businesses that maybe you haven't been in a while. I heard Blue Ridge Designs drop. Blue Ridge Designs is located in the Firehouse Inn. Kitty and the team over there have an amazing selection of gifts and giveaways, and there's so many things to take advantage of in there. We don't highlight them near enough, but businesses like that are striving to, like the mayor said, thrive in downtown Rutherford. It's going to be a fun night just to pop into most of those and see what's going on. Thank them for being here and see how you can work through your holiday gift list.
I'm sorry. I was looking through the comments about the Yellow Sun pizza, and it's pretty neck and neck, honestly.
It is. So it is.
I'm excited to see what comes out of the oven.
Yeah. The other thing I want to say is I want to thank our sponsor, or not sponsor. I want to thank our kind of partner over at MVP Sports. They're a disc golf provider. And so we, as you guys know, we've been working through this golf course over at Norris Recreation Complex. And so we have the opportunity to kind of do some disc giveaways. If you've never played disc golf, or maybe maybe you want to give some disc golf to somebody in your family. Right now, there are 2 disc golf courses in Rutherford County. There is a 9-hole disc golf course over at Isothermal Community College. And then there is an 18-hole disc golf course up at South Mountain Christian Camp. Now that is a public course, but they do require a fee to get onto the campus there at South Mountain Christian Camp. So I think it's $5 a person, something like that is their suggested donation. But the one at Isothermal is totally free. There's an app out there. There's an app for that, right? There's always an app. There's an app out there called U-Disc, the letter U and DISC, and it will show you course maps, give you all the information about those 2 courses and other courses in the area. But we want to do a kind of a giveaway for these 2 bags. So we have a green bag and a white bag, and it's kind of a starter set in there. So if you've never played disc golf before, you got some drivers, you kind of got a little fairway there, and you got a couple of little approach and putters to putt. So very similar to golf. And so what we like to do is it's going to be that time when we're going to start to have to find a name for these disc golf courses over at Norris Recreation. And so if you've got an idea for a name of the disc golf course at Norris Recreation Complex, drop it in the comments and we'll make a post, and the winner and the second place, because we'll have 2 courses. So the winner for the 2 courses of the suggested names as we begin this planning process, as we can kind of get our creative juices flowing, we'll reach out next week on Brewtiful Mornings and give these away. So if you want to give them as a Christmas present, you better not tell the folks to be watching. But these will be fun for your family. This is a kind of a set that even 2 or 3 people could go out with this small set and play around at Isothermal or at South Mountain Christian Camp. So get your creative juices flowing for some fun names of disc golf courses, and we will work through those next week when we are live on Brewtiful Mornings.
Doug, I'd like to give a few shout outs to some departments. First of all, our police department, they had an announcement at our tree lighting ceremony that Officer Rick Gilbert was a detective. Gilbert was proclaimed Officer of the Year, well-deserved recognition. We congratulate him. Also, we thank the police department. Tomorrow, they'll be doing their Shop with the Coach program, where they will be taking 50-plus children Christmas shopping. So we congratulate the police department for the work they do, and not only in the service to our community, but in recognizing all our families and the needs that go out. So they do a great job. So I want to thank them. Also, I want to recognize the fire department. They're in the midst of renovation of their fire department over there. So they're having to deal with some inconvenience here and there, but yet the final product is going to be beneficial to that staff. So to the men and women that are volunteers over there, we congratulate them for the work they're doing. And I would be remiss if I did not recognize the Public Works Department, all the men and women from there, the work that they did in getting us prepared for Christmas, and to continue to work in town to keep all the lights on, and the work that they're doing, keeping the streets clean, the work that they were doing during the holidays. So all those departments are fantastic, do a great job for us.
And Mayor, I don't want to forget about our friends over at Norris Library. I have just been blown away by the support of the community for Norris Library, and for our staff over there, for Sarah, Reagan, and Cindy, and the entire team at Norris. We were talking during the council meeting that, one of the goals in the 2021 action plan was to really kind of look at our library and to see how our library could continue its relevancy and outreach in the community. And over the last 2 years, our library has continued to grow. Every year, the 6 libraries in Rutherford County, they're under a consortium. And so we look at each year how those libraries fare in the community as far as a percentage of circulation. And so in 2020, Norris Library made up about 8% of the circulation of the 6 libraries. Then in 2021, it grew to about 14%, and now we're almost at 17%. We're one of the second largest library in circulation. And then we've also grown our enrollments, those that are getting new library cards for the first time or coming back to re-enroll as library card members. And I think it speaks directly to the outreach programs that we're doing and the huge task that our librarians had to really transition our collection at Norris Library. And I'd love to have Sarah come on, and maybe Sarah and Reagan, we've had them on before, to talk through what they've been doing through outreach, through what they've been doing through our young adult collection, through our STEM kits, our STEAM kits, our team game nights, our gaming center, so many different things at Norris Library. And I just want to thank that staff for what they're doing and the growth that they've made, because what's happened is the community is responding to the changes at Norris and the impact there. So maybe not next week with Christmas, but maybe first of the year we get Sarah and Reagan to come on and talk through some things at Norris Library, because they've been doing some really impactful work in our community.
My sidekick Jackson participated in a lot of events over there, and his TLC comes down and goes through and different programs. They are constantly doing something. Something's happening at the library, and what a most wonderful place to learn at the library. So thanks everybody, the work that they're doing at the library. Great program. Very proud of what they are, and glad they are on Main Street.
All right. Well, I think we could go all day, but Griffiths is saying that there's a meeting up at the North Pole. He's got to get back. Buddy the Elf has got to get back. Why do I keep wanting to say Jeannie? It's not Jeannie. It's
Jovi.
Jovi.
You gotta watch Elf again. It's Zooey Deschanel.
I've been focused on Die Hard. Best Christmas movie of all time. Anyway, just as a wrap up for the things we talked about today, Small Town Coffee Roasters is having their open mic night tonight. Be sure to get on Wrapped Up Rutherfordton, get all your Christmas presents purchased. Tomorrow from 11 to 2 is the Santa Doggy Jam and benefit kind of a fun drive and supply drive for Heart of the Foothills Animal Rescue. That'll be at Marshall Park down at Kiwanis Park from 11 to 2. And then next Thursday, you're going to want to be a part of the night out in Rutherfordton on the 15th. So a lot of activities going on in Rutherfordton. And don't forget, Mayor said about our public works team, don't forget over the weekend, come on out in downtown Rutherfordton. There's some great picture opportunities. There's picture opportunities at the Woodrow Jones building with a pretty neat little lawn display there. And then kind of tucked in behind Town Hall here right on Main Street, our truck display, some great opportunities for family photos. And then don't forget the Undersung Hero down at Kiwanis Park. If you have not been down to see Kiwanis Park in the evening hours underneath the covered bridge, there is some great opportunities for family photos underneath that covered bridge. Great opportunities in downtown Rutherfordton to get involved. So with that, that's kind of a wrap up of today's episode.
And Christy asked if there's a farmer's market tomorrow. There is a craft market tomorrow at the Woodrow Jones building. So another opportunity to get some Christmas shopping done. And Doug, you started a whole conversation in the comments about what the best Christmas movie is. There's been comments for Gremlins and Lethal Weapon. So
Lethal Weapon, that could rank up there, but right below Die Hard. So yeah.
Good Lord. And don't forget to go vote for the Holiday Harvest Pizza at Yellow Sun. All right. So
Mayor, take it away.
Well, I want to take this opportunity to again thank Magnolia and Doug. They get us on the air every week. And let me say this. If you ever hear someone say, oh gosh, there's nothing to do, tell them they need to tune in every Friday morning to Brewtiful Morning. We got something going on all the time. So that is a perfect place to listen and see what activity is happening in our community. So don't be hesitant to invite people to join us. And like I said, I thank our control room getting us going here at Christmas season. Want to wish everybody again a Merry Christmas as we work our way to a very joyful holiday season. Want everybody to be safe And thank you again for joining us each Friday morning. Tell people about it. And thank you for being a part of a most wonderful community. Merry Christmas to everyone.
And just a reminder, we will be live next Friday, but the Friday after that for the Christmas holiday, we will be taking a little break to be with our families, and we hope that you'll be with yours. So we'll be live one more week in December, and then we'll give you the schedule from there moving through the holiday season. But the weekend of Christmas, we will not be live. But we'll see everybody next Friday, the 16th, and we'll look forward to another great week.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.